Just of the training camp. So you heard him talk about a couple of different things here. We're talking about skill. He mentioned skill, player development, and how important it is for the player to get better and to know that they need to get better. In addition to that, he said the coaches need to get better as well. And then you also heard him talk about Terry McLaurin. I want to bring Lou Holder in right now from the Holder Hangout because he listened to the entire press conference. It's actually right behind us right here, Lou. What was your big takeaway from what Coach Quinn was talking about at the press conference? We heard him talk about Terry McLaurin right there at the end.
So my biggest takeaway is the structure and the methodical way that this coaching staff and this culture is moving forward. You know, no disrespect, but when other coaches got up there, you didn't really feel.
You're talking about the previous era.
In the previous era, right? When Dan Quinn gets up there and the work has backed it up, how he said what's going to happen in each stage of training camp, that's phenomenal. Like, to get to know that they're going to be in shells, and at the very end of each practice, they're going to do end of game stuff, which is always an issue. That's the first thing I got out of it. And it goes into the competent culture that is now here in Washington, right? Obviously, the Terry question came up a couple of times. Dan Quinn is a coach. He's not in the front office, right? They confer with one another, and it's already been said they want Terry, right? But Terry wants something, they want something, right? So again, it's like you have one side that's saying, hey, look, we have number 5, and number 5 could make everybody look good, but we're not going to set the market. We're not going to do certain things for a player that we feel, you know, this is where we are and this is where you are. I think it's unfortunate, but I think a lot of people knew that we might kind of get to this place.
Right. That's very, very important to know that this is the position that they're in right now, and they have to work through it. It's not necessarily the end of the road. It's a negotiation, and it could be worked out before the season starts. You don't want it to get into the season.
No.
And you don't want it to go too long, but it can be worked out. So this is not, we're not at critical stage just yet.
And the only reason why this is such a big deal is because Terry is beloved. Terry is beloved here in this area. Perfect teammate. When this team was dicey and bad, Terry was the brightest star on the team, right? He's the one of the people that Adam Peters and Dan Quinn, they wanted to keep from the old Ron Rivera era, right? That's why this is like, but you know what? We're not fans. Like, this is a business, right? And if you have your quarterback that's going to be up for renegotiation in a couple of years and other people that you want to re-sign, you put all that money into one player, then it becomes an issue 3 or 4 years down the line. We've always wanted a front office that would think years ahead, right? So now that you have that, you got to be kind of like, hey, look, it's got to play itself out. But again, like I said, he is under contract, right? So it's Terry's decision and their decision on what they're going to do, but something's going to get worked out because the man is under contract this year.
And the other thing I thought was interesting is Quinn said, you know, this is also an opportunity for someone else. If Terry's not here, another receiver will get opportunities and reps as well.
And which is depth is what they need, right? Because we know what Terry can do. We know what Debo can do, right? Don't let the weight fool you when he's running full speed. The boy quick, right?
Well, Debo is his name.
Debo Samuel. So I think that you do need someone, because if injury happens, you need somebody to step up. And that's what I love about the competition here. There are going to be a lot of popular players that do not make this roster because the competition is that good, right? So, but the wide receiver issue, the wide receiver room is something that you can never have enough good wide receivers. Jaden's going to find every last one of them.
Oh yeah, he's going to spread it around.
But you do want something if somebody goes down. It's a long season. We're talking now in July, but October, November, right? When hamstrings start pulling up and everything like that, you can't have a drop off because that's when the schedule, you're going to Madrid, you're doing all this stuff. Yo, this team is on prime time like every week, right? So you need a lot of bullets in the chamber.
And it's a lot of, you mentioned the prime time because all eyes will be on this team based on what they did last year. The level of expectations is high. And he talked about that as well. He said, we may be right here at one point. Well.
I just wanted to
Chick
say,
Hernandez, ladies and gentlemen.
Just wanted to say it took me a while to get here, but you guys are handsome, handsome men. Handsome.
He's
handsome.
too.
No, not at
3 times handsome.
At this time of the morning, I'm not handsome. It takes a lot of work to get this.
You know what? I just want to give you some.
Why
love.
are you guys touching me, by the way? Why are you touching? Why are you?
There's love. We're very.
Why are you touching me? You're still
we're,
touching me.
we're very confident in our manner. There's nothing
Yes.
wrong with that. It's
By the
a
way,
sign of love.
Yeah, I was going to give you a compliment about the goatee. It's phenomenal, by the way.
It's phenomenal?
It is phenomenal.
I appreciate
'Cause
that.
I can't grow facial hair.
Well, and that's an issue that you have to deal with.
I love this shirt though, as seen on TV.
I'm a walking commercial. What are you talking about? Did Allison and Annie give away the news again?
Well, we're going to see that. Hey,
mean,
Chick
'cause of
is- yeah, go ahead, Chick.
I'm just
That's-
saying.
that's-
I'm just saying. I mean, I can't hear a thing, but
Yeah.
usually, they.
Well, they did kind of jump the gun earlier this morning. Annie said they were going to the Super Bowl, and then
sorry, what?
And then and then before Lou Holder came on camera, Allison said Lou Holder's out there with you, and I was
All the
like, he's not
surprise.
even here.
You're done. All the surprise is over.
Yeah,
with.
so
you got to
yeah.
hold back a little bit. Just give it.
Tell the ladies to.
Just give us a little something.
It's called a tease.
Just give us a little something so that we go, hey, look, Lou's here. No, now Lou's. We already know Lou's here. We can just go ahead and eat our chips in the morning. I'm outta
Strangely,
here.
look, in the communication business, sometimes that
Good
doesn't
looking
get
chick
to
fanatic.
everybody. So we were just doing what we were instructed to do. Our apologies.
Where do we go from that? Hey, you know what though?
Yes.
It's fun out here now.
Yes.
Because of what's going on the field.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. That's a great point. That's a great point.
I will say, taking that little interaction into a big, huge context.
Yes.
It's a lot. We are covering football and not foolishness,
Right.
right? And because of that, people are happy to be out here. People who have
Absolutely.
covered the team for as long as you and I, we came into this market at the same time.
Yeah.
People who have covered this team and only seen drama year after year after year. To
And-
know
and wasted money, wasted
Right.
contracts.
To
Yes.
know if Terry McLaurin's contract is the only other thing besides football that we're talking about, again, sign me up for that every single time.
Right.
That means we can get to the football, what
Right. Mm-hmm.
Dan Quinn was talking about. We're not talking about, other things that really is a distraction.
Right. Not distracted. So the focus is on the football field and getting better.
And getting better.
And that's what we're working on.
Yes.
All right. So real quick before we go, a couple of additions. Laramie Tunsil, the protector, huge addition to protector. We got Dietrich Wise on the defensive side of the football. We get Debo and Von Miller. Big additions to a team that was already good.
Right. The game of football has not changed, Wisdom. If you can protect your quarterback and you can get to the other team's quarterback, you will win football games. That's what this team has been doing in the offseason, right? The first year you come in, you're just checking things out. Now Dan Quinn and Adam Peters are starting to make moves to do those things right there, right? The offensive line,
Right.
you got Tunsil, right? And you're moving Coleman from last year, who was really good, right? You draft Connerly. You're putting pieces together to protect your quarterback. And then you go and you get Von Miller.
Right.
And again, look out for people like Jordan McGee, who didn't
Yes.
play last year. There's a lot of young guys out there that it's going to be now up to the coordinators, Cliff Kingsbury and Joe Witt. How are you going to move around all these parts? That is going to be the interesting part about training camp and about the season.
All right. That and also going to be interesting is as I toss this back to you, how hot it is out here. You see, I've had a wardrobe change twice. I went back to the other shirt after anyway, that's a weather issue.
This is for the cool.
Yeah, I like that. Back to you in the studio.
And perhaps Lou might be hoping for a third change, standing that close all snuggled up. And